Hello friends, welcome to the course of Institutional Management and Administration. We will concentrate on institutional audit now. Let us start in that way. Whenever we receive, any institution receives some grants, government grants, it is our sole responsibility that we make sure that the funds has been utilized for the purpose for which it has been given. Now, who will ensure that you have followed the government procedures, you have adopted all the processes which has been streamlined by Government of India has been followed, and you have also ensured that due diligence has been made in all the processes in the organization. So, for which audit is the most important area of operation. The audit is of two types. One is the internal audit, one is external audit. Internal audit is always a vigilant group who monitors all the processes, starting from all the transactions, your processes in terms of your recruitment, a processes in terms of your admissions to the students. So from A to Z, they follow the processes and they give you some ideas and inputs. So wherever you are violating from the prescribed norms. So that is the important job of audit. They are the custodian of the organization. They are basically takes care of, they're not custodian, they are basically the referee to the organization. They do the umpiring, they check whether you are in the right track or not. For any organization, whenever the audit is done, I told you about internal audit, there is a process through which the external audit, they also visit the organization and institution, they make sure that the internal processes had been done properly or not. Now it is done by DGACE, that is the body of CAG, that is Director General of Audit Central Expenditure. They come, they visit the institute or organization twice in a year. The purpose of their visit is purely for audit. They visit twice for the purpose of certification audit. Normally the certification audit is done for 10 to 15 days, and then once again they visit for the transaction audit, which is more detailed, and normally the duration of transaction audit is 30 days to 40 days. So these are the two audits conducted by the external audit. Who does this particular job? That is done by DGACR. It is a part of CAG, and they have been constituted under the constitutional provision of Article 148, 49, 50, 51 and 279 of the Indian Constitution. So, who is monitoring your performance? It is monitored by the audit team, both internal as well as by the external auditors. Now, external auditing is done twice, as I told you, that is at the time of certification audit. Now, at the time of certification audit, they visit the institute and they prepare a report called separate audit report, SAR. So they certify the annual accounts of the institute. And then this annual accounts is submitted to your board of governors, and then board of governors submit to the concerned ministry, and the ministry place it to the parliament. So how important it is, that is the external auditor, they come, they visit, they do the certification audit, they verify, they certify that the institute accounts is as per the process adopted by Government of India, and it is submitted to the concerned ministry. The second layer, that the second type of audit is called the transaction audit. Here they go by detailed all the papers like your vouchers, your transactions, your recommendations of the selection committees. They go through all the papers, and then based on that they give you, initially they give you the audit memos. The audit memos are circulated internally within the organization. They go through the audit memo, then accordingly they try to answer to those audit memos. If audit memos are quite satisfactory, that is fine, then inspection report is submitted by the external auditor. At the same time, supposing I could not answer them properly, then they generate another para called half margin para. Now, what is the half margin? That is little serious, but you have to respond very fast. Within 24 hours, you have to respond to the half margin paras. And if your answer is perfect, your answer is to the satisfaction of the audit team, they accept it. If it is not acceptable, then they make a permanent para, and that para goes to the CAG, and you are given an opportunity to reply to it. So normally, in an organization, we try to resolve that during this audit inspection done, when it is done in the organization, we try to answer to most of the queries. Make sure the concerned functioning units are at their toes. The moment there is an audit para comes, you go and try to resolve it immediately. If a para comes, if a para becomes a permanent in nature, in that case, you have to reply in future. And sometimes, in that case, you have to wait for the next audit team to come and resolve this. So make sure that you try to resolve most of your paras within the stipulated time frame. If the paras are very serious in nature, then it attracts a major para. So in that case, it goes to the PAC committee, that is called the Public Accounts Committee of the Ministry, which is a very sensitive in nature, and normally very few organizations have received this type of major paras. Only when your intentions are not perfect, in that case, those type of audit paras, major audit paras are raised. But most of the paras are internally resolved when that audit team is visiting. So make sure that audit team, whatever the documents they are asking for, are submitted in time. And before the audit team comes, they give you a particular time frame. We are going to visit your organization from this period to this period. Make sure that all the reports are ready, and all the documents, you have to do some analysis from your end. You have to understand what are the queries may come up, and accordingly be prepared and keep your functional unit ready with the probable answer, so that whatever the audit queries are raised by the audit team during the transaction audit or during the first part, that is called the certification audit, they are answered. So make sure that you answer to the particular queries. Normally, the people are very nice. They try to help you out. They try to understand the internal functioning of the organization, and accordingly they try to settle the paras. So settling the para is very, very important, and make sure that you do not have much para pending against you. Make sure that the processes are done properly, and for which please streamline and empower your internal audit. If your internal audit is absolutely perfect, the chances of making a para against any of the functioning of the institute by the external audit team is minimized. So make your internal audit strong. If your internal audit is strong, then chances of getting audit paras by the external auditor becomes very, very minimum. So these are the areas where people should concentrate, and make sure that the fund which you have received from the government are utilized for that purpose for which it has been made. So I hope you have enjoyed this particular video. In case of any queries and doubts, you can write it to us. We will try to reply, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much.